Alright, hello and welcome to Epic Interactions, where a couple guys and a couple girls, actually now, get together, play some Dungeons & Dragons, have some fun, roll some dice, and see what happens. Some quick announcements. We are still taking donations. Once we hit $50, we'll be sending out a D&D starter kit to whoever's in the chat, so stay active for that. As well as, if you have ideas about things, feel free to let me know. You can always like us on Facebook, message me, or message the page directly, and one of us will get back to you, and we can discuss that further. Let's see. We do have new equipment, so hopefully everything will be running smoothly tonight. If not, feel free to let us know in the chat if it's lagging or anything like that. We definitely want to know so that we can make it better for you guys as well. I think that's pretty much it in terms of... Yes, Baltimore will be joining us late. He had a medical issue that he's currently working out, so he will be late tonight. So if you hear Skype running in the background, he will be coming in the next couple minutes. To kind of bring us up to speed from last week, we had the majority of the session actually included Cass and Atreya doing a archery duel in the middle of the temple district, or I guess in the area of which the festival and festivities were going on. After a win by Cass in the very last round, the ladies bonded together, and on the very next day, the group got together with Rahun. Baltimore decided that he instead was actually going to go train for his paladin counterpart, Roderick, who is a fallen paladin of Marlesh, who is looking for another god to serve, but is still picking up the mantle to help Baltimore in his journey to be a paladin. So that's where he will be for the duration until he gets back, where he can play his character on further. As for the others, they decided to go back to the market district where they were looking at some of the stores and saw that one of the general stores by the name of Nevaeh's Trade was seemingly out of business, but had some products and goodies inside, items. So in the very last couple minutes of last week's sessions, Rahun decided to use his strength and break the lock, or break the door, and was trying to play it cool as everyone around him seemed to look in his general direction. Also, for the contents of the map you see before you, this is actually the continent in which the heroes are on currently, continent known as Silveria, where they are on the city ship Skyhaven, where it has a bunch of pocket plane dimensions on the ship that is acquired or get through by a series of teleportation circles and command words. You learn some of them, not all of them, knowing that the storage area seems to be off limits. And they are making their way to the Citadel, which the name of the city is Atlas. We'll go ahead and pick that up there, where you guys were looking around and you noticed that some of the individuals were actually looking in your direction and kind of waiting to see what you guys do.
I'm gonna walk right in.
I'm gonna kind of look at the people who are looking and just be like, sorry, he's so clumsy, and kind of do like a persuasion check to get some of them to
Sure.
move in.
Okay, roll a persuasion check.
I like that. 13.
13. Did you add your bonuses and stuff? Yeah. Okay. So as you say that, you see the majority of them just go about their business, but there seems to be one or two that are just kind of squinting in your direction. Just.
I'm gonna just with my hand still on the doorknob, it being broken and stuff. I'm just gonna kind of position it to where it won't at least fall off the door.
Okay, just semi-hold it
and
there. Just sitting there, just.
And then I'm just gonna kind of shrug my shoulders, turn around, and just walk away.
Okay, so you're gonna let it drop?
Well, no, I'm saying that's what I'm doing. I'm positioning it on the door frame to where it's not gonna fall off.
Okay.
And then like when I know it's not gonna like just fall off from like a gust of wind or something like that, I'm gonna just be like, oh, just be like, yeah, they're closed, and just walk away.
Does it fall off?
Yeah. So you get into a position where you know that it somewhat fits. It'll hold, and you kind of let it go. You kind of position it a little bit, and you notice that it's holding. You just kind of back away slowly.
I just shrug my shoulders. I just turn around and I'm like, they're closed, and I just walk away.
Okay. So you begin to walk around.
I'm gonna go towards the forge if I know where it is at this point. I'm pretty sure.
The forge is on the other side. And right as you go to walk away, they just kind of go back to what they were doing.
So. And I kind of go over, like, walk by Cass and be like, come back later tonight.
Sure. As you say that,
I'll whisper it.
yeah, that's fine. As you say that, both of you roll perception checks for me because he's not looking at it, but.
Okay. It's just a 6, so.
A 6?
Yeah.
12? 6 and a 12? Okay, so you don't see it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But you, it was fairly low. As he says that to you, you actually see the hand go ding! And you also see the door just shift in just slightly.
Okay, I kind of look around. Is anybody paying attention?
Make a perception check.
Oh, yes.
Natural 20. The majority of people are just going about their business, have no really attention towards you at this moment.
Is Atreya still standing right next to me?
Yeah, you guys are all right there, and like you're looking at the door, she's looking at the door, and Rahun's like looking that way, like about to go to the forge.
Okay. How about you go in? I'll keep watch.
I turn around and I look at her. I look at Cass. Yeah. I look at the door.
You also see that it's slightly shifted in.
I look around. Do I notice that anybody's looking or anything like that?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't look like anybody's watching.
Alright, cool, let's go. I'll stealthily slide my way back towards the door and
Alright, roll a stealth check.
into it.
Come on, stealth check.
Are you rolling?
Natural 1!
So
Gosh.
Rahun like looks around. He's like, "Yeah, got it." And he goes to turn and just hitting like you know how like your feet just hit together. He's like, "Oh!" And he falls into the door, into the general room. Immediately, people are just looking around like, "Oh."
Dang it.
Like looking in your general direction as Rahun is face planted in the general store, doors wide open.
Okay.
I told you he was clumsy.
Performance check now. I'm gonna act drunk as shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like,
Valid.
that door ain't shit.
Okay, roll a performance check. 7.
I will purposely fall down the stairs back out, also acting drunk.
There's no stairs. Okay.
Or whatever.
So you act drunk, and the majority of the people are just like looking at you, kind of like, really,
Do I know any of the people around in the area?
You know some of them in passing. You've talked to some
Okay.
of them, not necessarily like an acquaintance or friendship basis, but
we just recognize each other, but
Correct.
we don't have any sort of relationship whatsoever. It's the middle of the day. Okay.
but a lot of the people know that you are also been brought on by the captain.
Okay. So I got a little. Alright. So I'm
So I'm just kind of standing there going like this. Cracking up.
I think that we should come back later tonight. It's just there's too many people watching. I don't think this is gonna work. So I think you and I should go and pick up Rahun and take him out and apologize for his drunkenness.
Okay.
Yeah, when you guys get near me, act like you're arresting me.
Arresting
Yeah,
you?
act like you're gonna take me to the captain and subsequently don't go with
Okay. All right, that's a great idea. Okay, so that's what we'll do. Okay, so Gonna go over and
Kind of grab your arms,
Grab
pull
your
behind
arms.
you, drag you up. Come on, Earth, and let's go.
Still playing into the drunkenness, even if they don't believe me. I'm like,
Okay.
get your hands off me. What are you doing? What? I'm not causing any trouble.
shut up. Let's go. You've already caused enough damage. This place is out of business. He's not doing well, and you broke the door. Like, we need to go.
Nah, I won't go with you. I want to go to the bar and get more drunk.
Too bad. So I say that we just continue to.
I whisper to her, shove me to
Okay, and I shove him hard.
the ground.
Okay.
Shove
You
him
just do it.
hard. I shove him hard.
Okay. You'll
It
take
feels kind of good. but
2 points
I
of
just like
bludgeoning
it.
damage as she just like grabs you by the neck. Just.
Hey, drive your smoker. Thanks.
Okay. So as you shove him to the ground, make perception checks.
All of us?
16.
17.
10.
16, 17, 10. For you two, and you just
I
not
got
even,
shoved
yeah,
to the
you're not
ground.
even
I just
like,
shoved your face.
you two notice that as you guys start to kind of make your way away from the door, which is completely still wide open, and with products inside, you also start to notice this. A couple of the individuals actually are now making their way over to the door.
Okay, so noticing that, and I'm just gonna, alright, Cass, I'm pointing out to Cass, we'll go over opposite. I think that we shouldn't leave that door open and unlocked like that, so maybe just one of us can take him. Maybe since I know the captain a little bit more, I'll take him with me, and then maybe you can see if there's some way that you can lock up that door.
Alright.
Alright, so I'm gonna take him and trust Cass to take care of that door situation.
Okay, where are you taking him?
I'm going to take him onto our sleeping quarters levels where we can have our room and we can have a conversation, I guess, and a game plan. So, Cass, we're gonna go to, I guess, my room. Do you know what that's at?
Yes, I'm sure I can find it.
Okay. All right, and
I'll
we'll
see
meet
you
you up
down there.
there. What, 30 minutes at the most?
You do know based on prior experience that when you go actually to the cabin quarters,
Mm-hmm.
you don't see anybody's door but yourselves.
Oh, that's right.
I can have-
So in 30 minutes, I'll meet you in the front door by the entrance to the lodging floor, which is the.
Or by the tree or something.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, right there. Just, we gotta go. Come on. Can't hold up any longer.
But now
Just
you
meet us
see
by
like
the tree.
three individuals are just casually making their way over. Not
I'll kind of pick myself up and I'll stumble into them a little bit, just kind of knocking.
well, they're pretty further away. They're like
Okay.
10, 15
so I
feet
just
out.
kind of wave at you guys and say, you guys go. I'll take care of the door.
So I pick Raglan up because I shoved him down on the ground and let's go. You caused enough trouble. We got to get out of here. I'm gonna take you to the captain. There's no other thing else I can do. We'll see how she wants to handle this further.
Whatever, I'm not scared of Captain.
All right.
So I'm gonna walk over by the door,
All right.
like kind of like rush over there before the other people get there,
Mhm.
and just kind of say like, hey, look, this was my buddy's fault. Let me take care of it.
They're like, oh yeah. So the three individuals that kind of come up. There's two guys and a girl. And they're like, oh yeah, no, we saw, he's, he looked fairly wasted. We were actually just gonna go in, make sure everything was okay, and lock the door. You feel free to come in with us if you wish.
Okay. And I follow them in.
So you follow them in. They once everything's in, they kind of close the door, and they're like, all right, grab what you can, and they just start grabbing stuff.
Hey.
They're like, oh come on, you were gonna do it too, and they just start chugging. They start like just pulling, like there's rope, tents.
Big
It's
boys from Rio.
it's a general store.
I'm just trying to break out. Oh, good.
It's just like going down the aisle with the arms.
So you are in the midst of a burglary happening, if you will, that started with Rahun, as they are just pulling as much as they can, tents, rope, rations,
Right now, we don't look like bad guys.
bags, whatever the case may be.
So I'm just gonna grab a few things.
Yes!
What are you looking for?
Well, we lost all our rope, so I feel like. Are there any? It's just a general store.
It's a general store.
There's
There's
stuff is in there. Look around.
They did
I wanna
see us.
see what I can-
there's rope, flint and steel, torches, basic commodities, basic stuff. So if you can think of it, I'll let you know if
I
it's
don't
in
want to grab
there.
anything like a tent that's gonna be so big that it's super obvious that I just robbed the store.
It's already looking obvious. It's already looking obvious, like people are like taking stuff.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna kind of,
Moral dilemma.
guys, stop, and I kind of like pull them and I push them toward the door, but I'm gonna like throw a few things in my quiver. Can I do that?
Not
Like,
necessarily. I
know
mean,
it'd be,
like, because you
inconspicuous,
pull out arrows from your quiver. It's essentially a magical pocket plane, if you will. So like it's kind of like a bag of holding. So when you pull it in, you pull it out. Not
Do I have
necessarily.
the bag holding on me? Am I holding it, or can I put it in the room?
I don't know. Do you have it?
It's on you, girl.
Show it.
It's on you.
I still have it.
Do you?
Yes.
You sure?
I don't think he knows.
I never went back to the room and put it down. I still have my bow and arrow on me, so I still have the bag holding.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I pull out the bag holding.
Sure.
I grab some flint and steel, chuck it in there.
All right.
Rope, chuck it in there.
Write this stuff down. There's flint and steel.
But like simultaneously, I'm trying to like act like I'm getting them all out and shove them out the door. Like, I'm
So you
trying
want
like-
to take stuff and try and shove them at the door at the same time? You
Yeah.
can only
That gray
you can't
area. That little
no.
gray area,
When you go
but
when you go taking
if
stuff,
I get the rest
they're
of
like
them out of
they
here,
are
I can
scattered.
take some
They're like
stuff.
in each like it's a fairly big store. There's probably like 3 or 4 aisles,
Alright,
and they're in
well,
different aisles
I'm
just
gonna
taking.
grab some things
Okay.
and then try and push them out the door. So when I'm coming out the door, it looks like I'm making them leave.
You are.
Okay.
so
Well, in the
cool.
meantime, you have to take stuff. So what are you taking?
Okay. Flint and steel.
These 30 feet apart.
She's like, please God, bro.
Fucking rope.
Get some torches.
Be specific. So just 30 feet of rope.
Maybe more. It's for free.
I know it's like right now it's a free for
I
all
want
of us.
like at least 2 separate.
You guys aren't there. Leave it be.
I know.
I want like at least 2 separate pieces, so 2 different people can have them.
Okay, so there's no 30 feet of rope. There's 20. This goes 25, 50, 100. So we'll say there's 2 25s.
Does anybody would like an excess? You got Dr.
Yes, actually, I would. Actually, yeah. Okay.
Gotcha. Which one do you want one?
Oh, whatever.
Too much caffeine for me. I'm caffeine sensitive.
What else do I see? So I'm looking around.
It's a basic commodity store. So just think basics.
There's no blue one.
Alright.
It's part of knowing your character. You should know what basic commodities are out there. There's torches, flint and steel, tents, camp,
Here, this is one.
Okay, well, I'll grab.
shirts, pants, belts.
Bags.
Yeah, bags.
Are there,
Lanterns, oil flasks.
Are there a couple water skins?
Yes, there's water skins. Yes, empty
Okay,
water
I'm gonna
skins.
grab.
Plates, chalices. These are the flavors we got.
Each one goes.
Orange.
Each one goes about a week. Whatever. Actually, give me the grapefruit.
So I'll grab 2 water skins. Some random rations.
Okay, so you find like salted, well, not salted bread, but like stale bread, things like that. So we'll say a week's worth of both.
Some like a quill and some parchment.
Okay, cool and parchment. Yeah, you find that.
You said 1 week of rations.
Yeah, 1 week rations. You find 7 water skins.
I wrote 2.
Leave this right here so everybody knows what I'm drinking, which is Cherry Blast.
Okay.
It is not bad.
And I'll grab 2 tents.
2 tents? Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna put that all
Each
in
tent
the
can
back.
hold 2 people. Just so you know. Like based on the structure of the
Is there a
tent.
hammock?
Yeah, sure. I'd say there's a hammock.
I'll grab a hammock.
Sure. You grab a hammock.
Damn, we about to have a luxury like
Are there
campsite.
socks? Oh.
Yes, there's socks.
No. Alright. Shove this
Nobody
in the back
likes
Right.
wet socks.
So as you go to turn around and start to like look at where the other individuals are at, you notice that they have now like somewhat gone down the aisles and now are looking at the 2 rooms that are in the back, and they're like, "Oh man, I bet you that's where his stuff's at." And they're one of them actually starts to check the door as like it's locked. And they're like, "Anybody know how to pick lock?" And they kind of look at you. "Do you know how to open the door?"
Well, what do you think is so important behind there?
I don't know. Gold? Maybe his stash?
Okay, we are not gonna steal all his gold. And I grab a couple of them by the collar and I like pull them towards the front. Like, it's time to go. We've taken enough.
Roll an intimidation check.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. So they're like,
please,
so as you like, hey guys, we gotta go, and you go to grab them. They're like, you stole stuff too, and we will rat you out. They're like, can you open this door or not?
No. I look them in the face and I say it confidently, even if I can't out there.
Okay, cool. As the 2 of them say that to you, the 3rd one you hear, got it, and then he opens the door. If you choose to look in, do you look in?
Yeah.
Miss, let's go out now. So as you look
Look, I
in,
don't
you
run
see
it.
you see a basic room, bed off to the side with the door open. You know that off to the right there's a huge desk with papers laid out across, and they just go right immediately and just start scavenging the place, throwing the bed over, looking under the bed.
While they're doing this, I just turn around and I walk out.
Okay.
Like, I'm gone.
And as you're starting to walk out,
Like,
you
they don't know which direction I ran in.
there's only one direction. You have one
they're
door.
only out.
No, but I mean, once I get out, like, I disappear before they know.
Okay, well, as you're walking out, you got to give me a second here.
Okay.
As you're walking out, you hear, "There's no gold in here. There's nothing. Just a bunch of profit loss statements." You continue to walk out?
Yep.
Okay. You walk out?
Okay. I'm gonna head down to the.
Roll a perception check.
19.
So right as you go to open the door and walk out, you hear his wife's been kidnapped, and then you close the door.
Behind her or in front of her?
Yeah, from them.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk over to the transporter thing.
Sure.
Quentin
Okay.
Does that take me to the rooms?
Yeah, it takes you to the room.
Okay.
You guys get back to the room. You guys, are you doing anything specifically before you meet up with her?
You feel like chit chatting, or do you want to just get back to the tree?
Actually, you and I haven't ever chit chatted before, really. We've always been drunk. Do you not want to chit chat with me?
Henry never wants to chit chat.
Okay.
You can
Still.
certainly try though.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to have a conversation with you. So that was actually a really good idea for him to pretend like you were drunk. I think you got us out of a lot of trouble. So,
Yeah. You're welcome. Whatever.
I guess we can just wait for Cass and then decide what we want to do tonight. So who is the owner of this shop? I don't think I've ever met him.
Oh, guy's name.
Hey babe, did my
is-
little book thing fall out of my binder? The little
If
book
it's
that
not
says
there, I don't
Cass
know.
on it? Yeah, it's
Yes, his name was Sean.
Sean. Okay.
Yeah, he was. The only reason I came here was because of the fact he was crying at the party, and I mean, what grown man cries in a public place?
He must have been really upset because.
Well, that's why I wanted to come here. I
Okay.
mean, he had some good reason. I have not found that reason, so I think he's just a wuss.
Yeah, I find it kind of strange because the store was full of things. You think they would have like going out of business, trying to make as much profit?
That's what I thought. That's why I wanted to break in and find out.
Okay. All right. Well, there's a lot of weird things going on, and I guess we're the only people that are noticing, and no one else seems to really care.
Or believe us, or at least me. Fuck assholes.
Well, I mean, we've been on here for 3 days now, and I think the majority of the time you have made a little bit of a ruckus. So, I mean.
Yeah, well, I mean, if people weren't so stuck up and whatever,
no.
then I wouldn't have to make a scene all the time. I just want to get out of here. I want to go back to the mountains. I just want everything to slow down.
I live close to some mountains. Where are you from?
From the Iron Walls.
Okay, I've heard of that place, but I've never been.
Yeah, it's pretty chic.
I'm from. Where am I from again? Real quick, please.
Sequilar?
We just made up this name today. Sequilar.
Yeah, she makes her own backstory. She doesn't even put the name of her city.
I can't think of everything. Sequilar.
You're right. I do.
That's why I need. That's why I need your help. Okay, I'm from Sequilar. Are you familiar with that area?
May I make a history check, I guess, and see if I
Sure.
remember or not?
It's not bad. I mean, who knows?
Well, that's the whole thing. You don't know my backstory.
Exactly.
I've done travel.
That's why I want us to talk a little bit.
Shut up! 13.
13?
Yeah.
Okay.
You've heard of it. It's not necessarily like a big city. You know that it's fairly a wealthy town. They do a lot of trading with jewels and gems and such. Therefore, like, you know, a natural alliance with dwarves is kind of like where it's at because you guys mine them.
Yeah, so, alright, I got you.
But you know that for your clan specifically, you don't have any ties to them.
Gotcha. I'm sure I've crafted some weapons with your jewels and the handles.
Okay.
It's a fairly small town, right?
Yes, it's not very large. Yeah, my family is known for jewelry making. I actually
My
learned that
family is
growing
known
up.
for death and betrayal.
Is that why you're away from your family?
Wouldn't necessarily say I'm away from my family. I chose to be away from my family.
Okay, I see. Same here. I left that life behind to start new. That's why I trained to be a paladin. Different
Indeed.
calling.
Who do you follow?
I follow Belanus.
Very well. What is Belanus the god?
He is the god of light and sun, I guess I would say.
Light and sun, and you don't even know what kind of worshiper are you?
That's just me, Lindsay, secretly not knowing all the details.
That's why you need to know.
Yeah, exactly. That way he is the god of light, justice, and order.
Very well.
So I follow him, trying to.
So I assume then you weren't too pleased by me trying to break into that store. It's
Not
the
so much.
Justice of somebody.
I understand that there is a balance to everything, and that there's purposes for everything that happens. So I do.
Is there?
I
Is
do.
there really purpose for everything?
I believe so. I really do.
I
think,
don't.
I think there's a purpose for everything. I think everything happens for a reason, and
Ha!
I just try to
I
do my
mock
best.
at you. If everything happens for reasons, then why did two people who I only truly cared about, who really cared about me, had to die? If there is purpose, then why am I the one who has to carry the burden of this purpose?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know your experiences. I don't know who those people were, and I am truly sorry for your loss. And I'm not going to pretend to give you some lame answer and say this is a specific purpose, but I think
Exactly,
in
'cause
time,
there is no purpose. There is no answer. There just is. There's life and there's death, and there's nothing in between.
I think in time all things are revealed. I think
Very
in,
well.
in loss we can appreciate life and learn. I guess we'll agree to disagree.
Don't take this the wrong way, Paladin. I don't mean to disrespect you. I just don't believe what you speak. I walk out of the room and I head towards the tree.
So while I'm outside, like as soon as that door opens, I want to kind of like push them back in the room and kind of like run in there instead of them coming out.
You don't know where the room's specifically
I know, but
at.
if the door opens.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's going to take you time to get over to that door.
And remember, there's also like levels.
Levels.
Okay.
But I mean,
So
you do see Rahun exit fairly abrupt, and you are free to make your way over to him. And
Rahun, will you just get somewhere quiet?
Very well.
Is Atreya with you?
She's still in the room.
Can we even get back in? Like,
yeah,
we
door's
don't-
open
Okay.
unless you closed it.
No, when he walked out, it's still open.
Okay. Walk into Atreya's room.
Okay.
Close the door. Guys, I'm a normal person. I stole some things from the general store.
Hey, Miss Goody Two Shoes got a little
Though
dirt on
I
her
plan
hands.
on going back and apologizing and leaving some monies. Also, I know
What?
why he was crying.
Because he's a wuss.
His wife got kidnapped.
Oh,
Wow, I did not see that one coming.
damn.
When we were in the
I
room,
feel like an asshole.
after you guys left, 3 people were running into the room and they were grabbing things off the shelves, and one of them picked the lock in the back
What?
room.
Those assholes.
Well, I did it too.
Hey.
And then
High
I kind of
five.
rattle off all the things I grabbed. I took flint and steel, 2 ropes, 2 water skins, some rations equivalent of
She said,
parchment, 2 tins of hammock, and some socks.
Why the socks?
You know, nobody likes wet feet.
T-shirt idea.
Nobody likes my. Thank you for hearing me earlier. Thanks.
T-shirt
I'll-
ideas.
I'll
Why
take-
the socks?
why the socks? I'll take that flint and steel if you don't mind.
Sure. And I'll grab it out of the bag of holding and hand it to you. Everything else I put in the bag of holding. Were you the only one that saw him crying earlier?
I'm sure other people saw him in his tears, but I indeed saw him.
I feel a bit guilty for taking out the things. I think I might go back and apologize. And obviously he's going to know that some people broke into the store. I think I'm going to take him some of the gold that was given to me by the other shopkeeper. His name?
Zalos.
By Zalos.
I'd be careful about how you handle that situation, because since a robbery was committed and there were other people there, you don't know what they took or any of the situation, and you could be accused of helping them and aiding them in this pursuit.
Should I leave it anonymously?
I would think something along those lines.
Well, you said his wife was kidnapped, right?
I overheard the people who picked the lock. They went back into a back room inside the store. I didn't follow them in, but I merely heard them on the way out.
Well, then we go find the wife. We bring it back to him, and then I'm sure he'll be so ecstatic that he'll just let us keep the stuff.
That's a good idea. Would you be able to identify those 3 men again? Because they obviously know the information more than we do. If they knew that she was kidnapped, maybe they heard it from someone and we can find that information out. I don't think us going to the captain is going to help again. I think that we should do this on our own.
Yeah, it would be kind of hard to explain like how we figured that out without admitting that we broke in.
Exactly. And Cass doesn't, I mean, the
Well,
captain doesn't know.
Cass
I
Cass.
mean,
broke
it could be their words versus.
Hey, you were the one who stole stuff. I didn't. I'm clean here.
Who knows who saw us outside? I
Did
mean,
they see me grab things off the shelves too?
They did. They even told you.
Oh yeah.
Well, and also, when we broke the handle before, there's a few people who saw us. They saw us all together. Saw us all
They did not
together.
see that I broke the handle. They only saw me merely fall in my drunken state.
That's true.
Which, by the way, I think I put on a great performance.
So we might be questioned later, so we have to figure out what we're going to say just in case. But basically, Rahum, you were drunk and you fell in and we're helping you get out. But Cass, who knows if someone saw you go back in there or not. Maybe you could say you went in there to stop the other people. I don't know.
All I'm saying is, if we find the wife, we bring her back. It's not going to matter who went in, who didn't. I think he's just going to be happy that his wife's back. So I think we just need to find him, talk to him, figure out what's happened, drop the hint that we kind of know what's
Well,
going on.
maybe you should be the one to start that conversation since you saw him crying. Obviously, he knows there.
I mean, if you really want me to, but I'm just going to make fun of him.
Well, you're the only one who's spoken to Sean. I don't know who he is.
I
Neither
never
does
spoke
Cass.
to him. I just saw him cry.
That makes things a little bit more difficult.
We did ask him what was wrong.
Yes, and he kind of ignored me, so fuck that guy.
I guess our best bet is to find those guys that were robbing the place, Cass, and we can identify them. Hopefully we run into them.
Let's just find Sean. This is the perfect time for all three of us to talk to him.
Okay.
Maybe we can get him to admit to us that his wife was kidnapped.
Okay.
I mean, two young, pretty ladies like you talking to him in a vulnerable time. I mean, I'm sure he's willing to open up more to you than a short dwarf covered in hair wielding a battle axe. Probably is the most comforting.
Alright, well, so the plan is maybe we can go down to the main deck and start there.
Okay, Cass, by the way, good job on robbing that store.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe you actually did it.
Alright, so let's head back to the main deck and see if we can run into Sean or not. I guess we're still on our sleeping quarters floor, right? We haven't left. We haven't gone anywhere else. Okay. All right. So then let's just go into the portation and Quintum Talus, which will be to the main deck.
Very well, Quintum Talus.
Okay. Is the main deck the one that has?
Isn't
The
that
main
one
deck
with
is
the
actually the
temple?
main deck of the ship, the Skyhaven ship, where you can see where you have the main floor, where right now actually it's pretty sunny skies.
Okay.
So the sails are set. They're moving forward. The outstretched web that was out before with the rain
Okay.
is folded back into the ship.
Okay.
So they're not harvesting lightning anymore. And you do see the navigational quarters, and then underneath you see the tavern,
Okay.
and people the bar essentially, and people are just drinking, having a good time.
So we can see the market area. Is that what you're saying?
You're not in the market. You're on
No,
the main
I'm
deck.
saying on the main deck. You're describing the bar area.
The bar area, yeah. When the tables are there, and you see people all about just
I look
talking
for the
and
first
whatnot.
mate.
First mate is there. Nope. He's drinking.
Of course.
Okay. So,
Well, ladies, what is the plan?
all right. Well, let's just, I guess, make small talk. See if we can see any other shop owners. See
Very
if
well.
they know
I
where-
walk to the bar immediately.
All right. Well,
Mid sentence, just walk away. Go straight up to the first mate.
see if we can talk to anybody, any shop owners.
Okay.
Right before I get
Well,
to the
there's no
bar, I
shop
turn
owners
back
up there.
around.
There could be
Yes.
anybody up there. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
Yeah,
you don't
so-
see any
I don't
shop
wanna
owners.
Okay,
shop
all right.
Yeah. Can I borrow some money so I can get some?
So you see Rahun like go off, and then he's like,
And I come back. Yeah, I need money to buy drinks so I can get information from people.
Yeah.
You know, so I can chit chat and be friendly and charismatic like I
don't
always
need
have.
money to chit chat.
I do if I'm going to be at the bar. That's
You mean if you're
you
gonna
gotta wet
drunk?
people's whistles.
Well, we kind of do need him to still sell the story that he was drunk. So
Yeah.
maybe a little bit alcohol.
If I am a little bit drunk, then it would be more believable.
All right. Well,
Roll
I'll-
my eyes, pull a few gold out of the back
Yes.
building, and just drop it in your.
Grab it and I'm like, thanks, guys.
Make sure you mark.
But we need to find.
Yeah. Find Sean, find the wife, get this stuff. Yeah, got it. Head right to the first mate.
How much did you give him? Because you need to mark it off.
Like 5.
Mark it off?
I'm gonna look for Drazen to see if he's up here.
To Drazen? Drazen? No, he's not up here. Nope. You also notice that the majority of wizards that are usually up here kind of on guard, there seems to be less of them.
Less of them. Okay. All right. I feel like.
Is there anybody playing any bar games or cards? Or
No, everybody's just
bets?
drinking,
Everybody's
just talking,
drinking?
So, and you go to Randall, and Randall's just,
All right. I just want to look around the area.
Is there an empty stool next to him?
yeah, he sits at a table by himself, actually. Not many people seem to engage with him.
May I join you? I sit down. Still drinking same stuff? Very
Yeah.
well. Bartender, around here, please. So I asked the bartender for a round of drinks.
Yeah, bring him to you. She's like, yeah, it'll be a gold. 1 gold piece, please.
What are the gold piece?
Start out with him.
Thank you. May I drink with you? Cheers him.
And what are you guys doing?
I just want to look around, kind of see who's there.
As you kind of look around, there's no perception check needed. You don't really see any of the higher individuals that you're used to. The majority of people are just people that you've seen before, just kind of out and about at the festival, enjoying their time. The only real person of popular interest would be Randall, who is currently drinking with Rowan.
Okay. All right.
Such a problem.
I'm going to try to. So you say that the wizards are like on guard, they're on duty, so they're basically working.
They usually work. Yeah. I mean, that's what their contract is. They come onto the ship. They get contracted with so many gems per their skills, and then they either manage the ship, whatever is needed at the point.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to make small talk with one of them, just so I want to see if any of them have ever heard of a green crystal before, or we can kind of know what to do in that situation, how to handle it, just
Sure.
for my own knowledge.
Okay. You find one. He's just kind of sitting there, just out looking off into the distance. And as your eyes kind of peer off and kind of watching his line of sight, off in the distance, you see a massive crater-like castle. Just massive in design, beautiful in the architecture, white, blue-topped. Orbs circling it almost in clockwise, massive orbs. You see little branches, a little branch off of towers that also are circling it as well.
Okay.
And you almost see that he's almost like in a trance, almost just kind of just dazed, just watching.
Okay. So I'll approach him, just stand next to him and kind of just stand there for a moment, not to sort of startle him.
Sure.
And then, wow, that's beautiful. Do you know what that place is? Speaking to the
That is Arcania.
Never heard of that before. Who designed it, if you don't mind me asking?
Archmages, long ago. That is where you go to study to be a wizard. Only of the highest order, though. You take the wizard trials. I myself I'm not ready for that, but I hear there are great stories and great wizards that come from that place. The highest among them is Magnus. I don't think I'll see him in my time.
Sorry to sound ignorant, but there's not much I know about wizards. Is there another place you go? You said this is the highest of the high. I'm sorry, my name is Atreya.
Oh, I apologize. Matthias.
Matthias. Well, it's nice to meet you, Matthias. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, I appreciate not many people talk to us. We just are unseen usually.
Well, where did you train?
I trained. Well, I mean, you could train to be a wizard anywhere, but I trained at the Citadel. A lot of people get trained there. I found out that I had sensitivity to magic and arcane when I was very young, and went to the Citadel and trained, and now I'm here. It's the only thing that pays the most for what I do besides adventuring, but it could be a risky business.
Have you adventured in the past?
I tried once. Didn't really work out.
I can understand that.
And the more and more you talk to him, you almost see that there's like a lost hope with him. Like you can tell, like he's what there used to be maybe an ambition or dream within him is somehow faded.
Okay. So I guess kind of seeing that. Well, you say that most people don't really come and talk to you, and why is that? I guess just the wizards sort of have their job to do, and most people just don't find it interesting, because I think it's amazing how the ship works.
But yeah, it's the highest paid. So what I mean is we get contracted for a certain period of time. So for like me, I'm contracted for 2 years. I watch, or I am connected to 5 gems.
Okay.
And unfortunately here on the ship, it's kind of like a ranking system. So the more gems you have, the more authority you have amongst the ship and the other wizards. The Sky Guard doesn't really pay attention to us, but we control the ship.
Interesting. I didn't realize that. You said 2-year contract. How long have you been on the ship for?
6 months.
6 months. Well, 5 gems. That definitely seems like something. So, I mean, any place is the place to start. What are shifts like?
As long as we put in so many hours, we're okay.
Okay. Well, it was really nice talking to you. I hope to see you soon.
Yeah.
I'll be embarking on an adventure soon. I don't know where it's going to take me, and I don't even know what I'm getting into, but I hope that one day you get your adventure as well.
Well, the best of luck to you. And maybe one day on the city ship, I'll maybe hear your name being cast across the sky.
That would be interesting. Well, good day to you, sir. And then I'll just walk, and I'll go look for Cass.
Sure.
So how strong is this stuff that I'm drinking currently right now?
It's like basic ale.
It's just like basically,
and Randall is not even touching it. He's just like and then he just looks at it and he's just like holding his own cup.
I just grab that from him, like I'll chug mine and then I'll grab his and I'll just start sipping on his. And I'm like, so Randall, how long have you been the first mate here?
I don't know.
Frankly, I don't care.
Good.
So, would you say you and the captain are tight?
Oh, we're tight.
I looked up my cup and my bad. Well, so then you know the ship pretty well, huh?
Absolutely. Like the back of my hand.
Very well. And these gems, they never turn any other color but blue, right? You've never seen them turn any other color? They're always blue.
I mean, they're always changing, right? I mean, the light hits them just right. and it could
Yes, I understand that.
a
But
diamond.
I'm saying, like, you've never seen them actually purposely change color themselves, right? They've always stayed that blue color. Yeah.
Every now and then. I mean, when a wizard dies, the blue fades.
But it doesn't change to, like, a different color, right? It doesn't change, like, green or anything.
Every now and then, a green one will come up. But
Wait, so you've seen one?
Oh yeah,
And you didn't think to tell the captain?
the captain knows. What are you talking about?
Wait, the captain knows.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just when, I don't remember. I know we've seen him before. Yeah, it happens every now and then. So what?
Whoa.
Who cares?
Drink up. Try to remember when the last time you saw a green one. I kind of like grab the cup and I tip it up a little bit more on him, like, there you go. Yeah, we got to remember all the stuff that we can. Yeah. Tasty. Yes. I point to the bartender again. I'm like, another round,
Okay. So she brings you another 2.
another gold.
You
So,
know
yeah,
he's still
remember.
still not drinking yours.
Okay, well, maybe we refresh your memory a little. Tell me a little bit about yourself. How did you and the captain start running this city in the sky?
Who are you?
Oh, sorry, my apologies. My name is Rahun, a fellow ale lover. Cheers!
You're kind of short.
I'm a dwarf. We're all kind of short. That, I can assure you, is not short in any... You watch your mouth.
I didn't even speak. Ah! So, no, but seriously.
Yeah, seriously.
Seriously.
Seriously, like, it'll not...
He's like, my dwarven brother has a small penis.
I deck him in the face.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack with disadvantage.
Can't do any worse than 8.
8. So you just kind of like put your palm on, you go for the front, and he just goes, poof, and he grabs your wrist, and he's just like, man.
Now you're pretty quick for somebody who's drunk all the time.
You're kind of small for a dwarf all the time.
What game are you playing at?
Your game.
What race is he, by the way? He's a human, right?
Yeah, he's human.
You humans and your pride. Greed.
You dwarves.
With our pride and our greed, yes, I see where you're coming from, yeah, but sure. So, how can you be so drunk but still catch my punch like that?
Nah.
Let's see if you can do it again, and I go for another swing.
Sure, go
with the
ahead.
other hand. 14.
14. So this time, as you go in for the punch, he literally just kind of sits there. And he takes his mug and he just kind of like hits. Like you go in for the punch, right? And he literally takes his mug, knocks your knuckle back, and then just kind of jabs you in the throat.
Are we seeing any of this?
Yeah, like you.
Okay.
And then he's like, "I'm done with this." And he gets up, and then he just walks, and you see him. He's just kind of like holding the table.
Does he leave his drink?
Hey, what's your name, sweetheart? She's like, Randall. I'm not even gonna tell you. You won't even remember. She's like, where do you want to go? He's like, look, sweetheart. You see that table right there? Give me that table. And everybody literally gets up and moves and sits down. He's like, that's right.
Hey!
I'm empty.
I'm not done with you, and I get up and I go over to that other table, but I'm not going to sit down.
You guys see this?
Okay,
Like,
at this point, I'm walking over by him.
I'm not.
on his shoulder.
I'm staying and watching.
Okay.
I think you've caused me wrong for today.
I'll get you, Randall.
He's not even looking at you. He's just walking.
Honestly, in my
So
mind, I'm
walking
like, he's
away.
just only helping the story. Like, he's obviously made a scene earlier, he's making a scene now. Kind of just helps the story go along. That's my mindset.
I'll start walking off, I guess. Coughing too.
Go.
And, Randall's he's seen a green stone before, so has the captain.
Interesting.
The captain's keeping something secret.
I had a feeling she wasn't telling us the whole story.
Fuck.
I
I
don't
go
know.
grab those other 2 ales and then chug them.
Sure.
Help my throat at this point.
Well, I met,
Oh wait, you asked if
I
he
thought
left
I
his
said
drink,
she was
right?
trustworthy, but I'm not so sure about that.
He did leave his drink.
I take it.
Okay.
I don't drink it, but I take it with me.
Okay. So you pick up his mug.
as far as I've known the captain,
I mean, it's
I've had no reason not to.
it's
believe
like
her,
bubbling.
but-
Like it's
Then
just
again,
still like
fine.
just
I don't
center.
know
Yeah.
about-
You just gotta kind of keep it like.
But my
secluded.
family seems to trust her.
She
So-
just seemed too indifferent when we went to go talk to her. Like, yes, there's engineers who take care of the happenings on the ship, but
So maybe it's the engineers hiding it. Maybe it's not necessarily her. Like she said, like
I
there's a
just
rank
think-
of systems. So someone's knowing this and finding this out, and maybe she's not getting all of the information. I'm just saying we don't know it all yet, but I think we should definitely be weary of the captain's trust. I did meet a wizard. I didn't ask him about the green stone. I just kind of wanted to build some trust and get to know him a little bit more. But probably later tonight, if I see him, I'll come back here and try to talk to him a little bit more, see if he's ever heard of anything about a green crystal. But he's only been on the ship for 6 months, so I'm not sure if it's going to be of any use. I think we should go down to the next floor, on the merchant floor, and see anyone's down there. The merchant floor though is where we were at with the ship, so never mind. I don't want to go to the merchant floor.
Very well. I will meet up with you later. I'm gonna go head to the temple. I need to check on something.
Okay. Well, we're still
It's in
trying
the
to look for
marketplace,
Sean.
right?
Yeah, it's in the marketplace, and we have to go past the shops to get to.
Quinty Marquette.
Quinty Marquette. It's Quinty and Marquette.
Marcal. I always think Marquette for some reason.
But it sounds
Yeah,
like a
because
market.
I know exactly what it is, because it's the name of a continent and not in this game.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, I totally forgot. Okay. Marcal, yeah.
Yeah.
Quinty Marcal, I'll go over. Go over to Quinty Marcal.
I'm like, you're in a different realm, brother.
I know, I'm thinking of a totally different place now.
Hi, my name is.
Welcome.
Where are we going, ladies?
Well.
So
yes,
Rahun just kind of
I don't
goes.
even
He's like,
know what Sean looks like. So.
I don't think I've seen him either. Rahun was the only one of us that saw him.
Do I hear them say this? Well, maybe.
sure. I can say. I would say that prior to you make sure that you finish your discussion before you separate. Right?
Very well. So, and I describe what he looks like to them from what I can remember. I was also kind of drunk in my state too.
Yep.
So, to my best knowledge, I describe what they want, what they can, and I guess when they try to look for him, they can just have a disadvantage.
So how helpful is that going to really be, though? Well, I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll look around for somebody. Okay. All right.
Maybe we should go. How long has it been at this point since we were
Breaking
On the
into
ship?
store.
like in the room?
Breaking into
since
the
I was
store.
breaking into the store.
Probably a couple hours. Maybe like
well-
2, 3.
Well, maybe it
Between
would
all
be
the
good-
discussions and whatnot.
Yeah.
Maybe it would be good to go back by the Marcal. If anything, the other people who were in the room who saw me take some things won't be there any longer.
Okay.
And maybe we could run into Sean.
Okay.
And if anything, maybe I can just tell him that Rahun accidentally broke the doorknob. And when we went to go and try and fix it, or get supplies to fix it, that some people, like when we came back, we noticed that people had gone in the room, and I could give him some gold to try and repay him.
Okay. Are you going to tell him that you stole anything? Or
No.
I don't think you should either.
No.
I think
Just repay him on the basis that, hey, we broke the door, it's our fault, somebody was in your shop to begin with.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. And then we'll try to help him fight his wife. Alright, let's do that. So we'll go to the teleporter and,
Don't tell him I heard that his wife got kidnapped, though.
Oh,
I'll
no.
still start asking questions.
oh, no, we won't. Quinta Marcal.
Quinta Marcal.
Yeah,
You all get teleported. You notice that the marketplace is almost like an organized chaos, as the majority of the wizards are there. They're out there holding each door of the merchant squares. They are questioning people. You see Drazen, who is over by the general store that you guys have once previously been at, and there he is talking to individuals. He's talking to another gentleman who you recognize to be Sean, who just gone. He's like not even crying at this point, faced hopeless. Like, you haven't seen this. You haven't seen this type of hopeless since Lackey, when he knew he was gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
And
I point him out to the girls.
You see other people are also kind of, you see the Temple of Cord, a lot of the clerics, or a lot of the people are out also tending to some people trying to gather information as more and more of this unravels.
So let's just all walk over there.
I think we should wait.
I will meet up with you ladies. I need to head to the temple real quick and check up on something. Would you wait?
Okay.
I think we should just walk up and say, hey, we can explain. Tell them that we're from the door.
The only thing is that I'm worried about is it. I mean, do you have the items? Do you have the items on you?
They're in the back.
Do you have that on you?
Yes. I also have gold that I can repay him for the things that I took and the things that everybody else took.
I'm
We
just
were never
worried.
here.
Well, people saw us
Well,
break
I
into
can
the
ask them
door.
what they lost and know that we can say that when we came back, that when we broke the door, we knew we needed to fix it, but by the time we came back to attempt to fix it, we noticed that people had.
You do not bring up the fact that I broke the door.
I am sure as heck going to tell
No,
them that
you
you
are
broke
not.
the door.
That is immediate jail time for me, girl. We are already bad with the captain. We do not tell her that. We tell them that we found the door already broken, and we were going to come fix it.
But then we would look suspicious for me
Because
trying to
people-
pay gold for the things that we took. If I tell him that you
Then
broke the
don't.
door, then it won't be that weird that I'm trying to get him to take my money.
I
Well-
think we should not even talk to them at all.
I
until we're
agree.
approached.
I agree with that, actually.
Because the thing is if it does come about that we were there, that the door was broken into, they find out from someone else, that can look bad. If we talk to them and they don't have the information yet, that also looks as bad.
But
Either way, I think they're
we
gonna
need to
search
talk
you.
to Sean privately.
I think either way they're gonna search you bad. And I think if they find your stuff, then they're gonna have explaining to do.
You know, as per a bag of holding, it's essentially it's a pocket plane in a bag.
Right.
So what happens is, here's the thing. What happens is you put in your hand and you think of that object, and then if it's in the bag, you're able to grab it and pull it out.
Okay.
So
They could do that if they knew what was missing from the store.
Inventory list.
if they know they have an inventory list, they
They're
could
gonna
literally
know
go
what's
in and
missing.
start pulling in stuff.
How big is
that's-
the bag holding?
here.
The bag of holding can hold up to 500 pounds, but it doesn't weigh more than 12. So essentially, you can just keep
So,
throwing
like,
stuff in there.
physically, how big is it though?
Not that big.
I mean, like, could I tie
About
it
the size
around-
of his-
Could I
his-
tie it around Corvus's neck?
No,
Yeah,
just give
like
me.
if you wanted to like put like a string to it, like put it around his neck. Yeah, you just better hope Corvus doesn't like fall into it or something.
You can just give me all the stuff. I have my own bag of holding. I'll hold on to it. You guys, if you want to go talk to him, go
That
talk
won't
to
help
him.
if you get searched either.
I'm going to the temple. I'm not going to be anywhere near here.
I think eventually there's a possibility that people are gonna say that they saw us. I mean, we made a big scene. We were loud.
We don't
I
talk to
think the
anybody
other-
now.
I don't think the other people who took things from the store are gonna want to show their face around here.
Hey,
I'm not
by the
worried about
way-
them. I'm worried about the onlookers that actually saw us. There were a few
Hey,
people.
Cass, where's Tamara?
I have no idea.
Who's
Yeah.
that?
Somebody we've met before coming on the ship, who actually came on the ship with us. We haven't seen him in a while.
I forgot about him, honestly.
You are a terrible person.
I know, I took all the things.
No, that was awesome.
She's
That was awesome.
She's more worried about the things. All of you roll perception checks.
I agree with her. I think we should not talk to anybody right now. I think we should just talk to him in private when we can. 23.
23.
16.
16. As you guys are talking, like literally right above the teleportation circle, and people are coming in. You're kind of just making sure that people are not really making any ongoing looks at you. But Drazen is, going from person to person, and he finally gets to somebody where you don't understand the conversation, but then they literally kind of look and they're like, and he points right at you guys.
Yeah.
And Drazen kind of looks over and he sees you, and he starts. You see him nod, and then he turns and is now heading toward you.
Okay, well,
Very well.
That's why I think we should
talk about
tell
breaking
an
the door.
alibi.
I think
We
we
gotta
broke the
say
door.
something.
You have about 12 seconds.
Okay, same as before. You were drunk, you broke the door, you walked away.
Understood.
7, 6, 5.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
start
start
walking
heading
towards
towards the
him.
temple.
All right, yes.
Like being intentional.
So-
Wait, you're walking towards the temple?
Yes, I'm going to start in my
Can't-
drunken state walk through the temple.
Can I, before he walks away, can I, sneakily, pull some gold out of the bag of holding and kind of, shove the bag of holding at Rahoon?
Make a sleight of hand check and a stealth check. Actually, make the stealth check first, then the sleight of hand check.
Okay. A significant amount of gold. A whole bunch of it from split it out.
I mean, there essentially would be in bags. You could pull out a couple bags and hand it over to him.
We'll have that ready.
8 for, 8 for stealth. 20, not natural for sleight of hand.
I'll literally put her bag of holding into my bag of holding.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that.
That would
You
actually be.
lose all the things.
No.
Okay.
My own bag of holding can hold a bag of holding.
Per D&D rules, if you put a pocket plane inside of another pocket plane, especially 2 bags of holding, you lose everything inside of that.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So-
Interesting. Don't do that.
Okay. Then I would.
I mean, there are homebrew rules out there that will allow that,
Yeah.
but it keeps from stacking pocket. It keeps from the stacking.
Endless.
breaking
Yeah,
the inventory.
endless amounts of inventory.
Okay.
You got it.
I wish for more wishes. Yeah.
Yeah,
basically.
I got you.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then that's fine. I'll just wrap it around my waist and be on my merry way to the temple.
Sure. So as you guys do that encounter, Drazen walks out to you in a very questioning, professional. He doesn't seem angry or anything.
Okay.
But as you go to walk, he kind of puts out his hand and he goes, Rahoon,
Ugh.
I do need you for a minute, please.
I let out a fake burp and kind of blow the alcohol in his face.
Sure.
Yeah.
Excuse him. We were actually coming
What do
to
you need?
explain the incident at the general store. I'm gonna kind of before he starts target Rahoon, I want to kind of interrupt. He was drunk and broke the door on the store, and we were coming to try and fix the door and realized that people had broken into the store and taken some inventory, and I would personally like to pay the store owner back for the goods that are lost. Seeing as it was my companion who, in a drunken state, managed to break the door in.
I take a sip from the mug of Randall's. I will go ahead and take a sip I'm still
Make a
drunk.
Constitution check.
Mm,
Saving throw, sorry.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. You take it. It's disgusting. Horrible.
Play it off like it's delicious.
Think of feet, boogers.
Ugh.
With the consistency, it's a hard, almost molasses consistency, but almost has a liquid base. And you just
fake burp.
and you can tell that it hits your stomach hard, ridiculously hard. And the only thing that is keeping you somewhat sober right now is just the adrenaline that's pumping that you get when you get pulled over.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That is good brew. Do I?
Do you know of any information on who these people were? I appreciate that you let us know that your accompaniment man broke the door.
Who are you calling?
But we're trying to find
man?
out who it is so that way we can make sure that we properly question them and put them where they need to be.
Look, bad people do bad things, and I would like to take responsibility for that even happening, since it was my drunk, clumsy companion that broke the door. And please let me repay the items that were taken from the store.
Unless you can pay back about 4,000 gold pieces worth, there needs to be justice, or at least return the items returned. Apparently, actually, you know what? Why don't you come with me? And he points in the direction of Sean's shop.
Okay. I follow him.
I need to go to the temple. I need to go.
Bring your friend. And he turns around and he starts to head back to the Sean's place.
I need to go to the temple.
Oh, by the way, Mom, why don't you make a performance check for me?
I should be fairly like.
Shit together.
Do I get advantage because I have been
No.
drinking and stuff like that also? So no advantage to the fact that I have actually been drinking and I know.
You're on a nat crit on your constitution. You're okay right now.
Okay, I turn around and like lightly, not enough to hurt him, but like lightly slap him in the face.
You
like,
saying he's good
get it
now? Like
together.
he's not drunk anymore? What are you saying?
I was never drunk.
He rolled a critical hit on his saving throw, so he's good.
Okay.
He's acting this right now.
Okay.
Like
So
not
just a
like
few
he's
areas
acting
that-
this like for his character, but he's actually
But we
acting.
also have to-
Okay.
I'm acting
But we
in
also have to
act.
and acting, yeah.
Okay. So he's not even drunk.
I'm a
he's
dream
drinking
inside
bad.
of a dream.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we
He's-
still have to keep up.
The charade that he's still
Charade.
drunk. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
Okay.
just gonna kind of turn around and like hit Rahun on the
Ugh.
face. Be like,
Ugh.
Rahun, come on, let's
Have
go
four.
now.
And I got an 8 on
You got an 8.
my. And so
So let's just continue to follow driving.
I'll take another swig of Randall's drink. Another Constitution.
There was only like 3 swigs left because he drank most of it. So,
It's fine.
but you only have 1 left after this
26.
for Constitution.
It's a saving throw, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's 26.
26. Yeah, you're still holding in, still holding strong.
Awesome. I'll save that last sip for like
When it's dire.
a good point.
So you guys are following.
Yeah, following.
So you guys come up and Sean, you guys walk into the shop, and based on what you saw prior when you were leaving, it looked like they ransacked it even more on the way out.
Oh man.
And the other door is also busted in now, and you see just pillows, blankets everywhere, drawers pulled out, everything pulled to the like everything destroyed, paperwork all over the desk. In the other room, what seems to be another bedroom had a toddler, like a toddler bed, as well as another twin-size bed. Some drawers. It looks almost like a kid room. Had some toys, things like that. And Sean is just sitting in the middle of the place, not talking. And Drazen brings you guys in, and he's like, "This is what happened to his shop. If you guys have any information on what happened, we need to know now. It's not because of the store or not because of the money. It's because of what it represented and where his family is now."
What do you mean where his family is now? I'm sorry.
His kids, both of them are dead,
They
and
were murdered?
his wife is not here.
His children were murdered?
We don't know.
How do you know that they're dead?
And you see Drazen go off to the back,
Yeah.
and he comes out with a sack and what looks to be a letter. And upon reading that letter, it says, "Debt hasn't been paid. This is half." and within the sack you can see that it's bloodied. It's maybe not something that you want to open. And he says, "This is where we're at. So this is not about money."
This is now where I take that final swing.
You're gonna take the next way?
Yes.
That's awful. I am so sorry to
15.
hear that. I can't believe this all started just from a drunk falling into a door.
What'd you do?
I don't think that.
What'd you
that
do?
was 15.
15? You're gone. Like, you go from, like being able to wear it to, like,
Can I just throw up?
you're, like, throwing up, heaving. So he's like, Rahun looks at the sack and just starts chucking.
I'm gonna like go out the door though.
Okay, so you're gonna try and make it
Like
out
get
the door.
out of the door at least. Not
Okay.
be throwing up.
Okay, yeah, so you go and run to the back. Yeah.
They run out of there.
I'm so sorry that this all happened. I have no idea of any. I didn't recognize. I don't see anyone. I didn't see anyone go into the place, so I can't help you because technically I didn't see anyone.
Is anybody proficient in perception? You are? Roll.
I didn't see anyone do anything basically.
14.
Which is true.
14. You, give me a second here. I think we also have Baltimore coming in.
I don't know, honestly.
It doesn't say he's on, so I can't. Baltimore, if you can hear me, I can't seem to get you on here.
Yeah, I didn't see anyone. But I mean,
Says he's on.
you might as well return.
It says, yeah, but you see how I can't call him though?
And
Yeah.
try to
Okay.
do justice. I don't know. I just
See, I can call this one.
personally, I think that's better.
No worries,
But
don't
what about but my person is neutral good. So I don't even know if I would have sold things to begin with. But I think right now it's hard for me.
You're neutral good. You totally would have been okay with
There we go. Huh.
Neutral good, like it. It's like that's why. I
Give us
can
one
kind
second,
of-
we're getting Baltimore in here.
I can kind of cover up this because I know that we're gonna try to help out. But I don't know. I don't think we should tell. I think that.
I'm neutral good.
Alright.
Yeah, I think. That we're
So,
gonna solve this on our own.
you got a 14, yeah?
Yeah.
So, through your drunken state and almost like tunnel-like vision, your eyes meet his hand. And there's a crumbled up piece of paper.
Whose hand?
Sean's.
Sean's?
So,
I just.
But I don't know. If you can go either way.
Go ahead, yeah, go ahead.
I just kind of swallow hard, thinking like, man, I'm a horrible person. Well, since you say that it's not just about money, aside from what can we do that would actually make a difference in this situation beyond just information about the missing items? Is there something beyond this that we can do to help?
He kind of looks at Sean and looks at you, and he goes, unless make a persuasion check.
I'm outside now, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you went outside, you chucked, you came back inside real quick. Okay, where are you going?
I would like to go to the temple.
Drazen will stop you. As you try to walk, he goes, "Oh, Rahun, come back, please."
Sorry, I got turned around.
Okay.
I will turn back around and I'll go back down.
Got a natural one.
Natural one. He goes, we need to find these people.
People. So you think it's more than one person?
Yes.
And sorry to.
Based on the information that was given to me, I know that there was at least a group of individuals that came in here, and you guys were spotted to be in this vicinity right before it happened,
Because we broke the door.
based on your story.
So does I want to know. I guess we'll do a perception check. But is like Drazen? Is he like suspicious
I
of
don't feel bad
us?
at all.
Is he suspicious of us, or is he kind of taking like our word that like that's what happened and that's all we know? Or
You can kind of tell that Drazen, based on what you guys, based on
What
why
people-
you guys are on the ship, he's giving you the benefit of the doubt.
okay?
Um,
Because why would we kill?
yeah.
Yeah.
And Baltimore, for you, you were training. You were training with Roderick, doing various training. Okay. We lost him, so we back. I'm gonna see if I can give him a call back here.
I don't know what happened. All I heard was speaking with Roderick.
Yeah. So with Roderick, you were training with him, and as you were training, some of the wizards actually started going down, and all you could hear was Quintia Marquette, Quintia Marcal. And Roderick and you decided to go and look into the situation, and you found out, you began to realize that the general store was robbed, not only of personal possessions, but of pretty much everything inside of the store. Upon some investigating, and you being the quite perceptive individual, yeah, that's perfect. You kind of got the drift that it could have been part of your party. Like, you definitely hear stories that, you know, they were seen right before it happened, or they were seen in the vicinity, things of that nature. You and Roderick kind of taking that paladin role, you know, he kind of just like, well, this is something that we may want to look into, and you guys decided to proceed further on trying to find more information. And upon your investigation, you did actually find one of the individuals who literally, after finding out some information about. So you essentially know what they know, which is Sean's children have been killed.
Yeah.
Based on some kind of money, you don't know what. And upon finding this information, this individual, feeling guilty, came to you guys knowing and kind of confessed themselves to you, or himself to you, saying, hey, look, I took it. I'm really sorry. I want to give back what I can. I kind of already sold some of it, but, you know, I really want to give it back. I didn't realize what was going on with his kids. You know, I will do my time. And you guys are on your way back as you're heading back and you go to the general store. You see Rahun literally come out, Chuck, and then gets called back inside as you guys are coming into the general store as well.
Okay. And we're coming back with one individual that admits that he helped ransack.
Correct. Yep.
Got it. Okay.
He's admitted that he's ransacked.
Just walk right in.
Yeah. So you walk right in, and
Drazen is the captain of the league.
we lost Ryan.
I walk in and I disappear.
I walk in and I'm out. I say, hey, peace. I'm gonna see if I can get him back,
I
guys.
walked in just to say bye.
I don't know if it's internet or if it's like he's just hitting something.
I think it's just Skype.
These kids are warmer. I don't know.
What's my alignment? You know.
They should say
You're neutral good, probably.
What does that mean?
You can go either way, but you stick to trying to be on the gooder side of things, not necessarily the bad. The gooder, yeah. Like if you were lawful good, you'd be
I would
torn
not
up.
have done
Yeah,
that.
you would have stopped Rahun from even trying to break open the door.
Like a gut check, like covered for my friends, but I'm debating right now.
Paladins can only be lawful good, right?
No.
No, like, no. I'm not agreeing to that.
Yeah.
Cass is having mental.
I I mean, alignment really doesn't have anything to do with what you're. I mean, because you could be a paladin and be like chaotic evil, but I would say, why don't you pick a god that is chaotic evil? That way you can have that play. All right, you good?
Dude, I don't know what it is. Like, I have Twitch up, and I sit there and I see, like... I sit there and I'm watching me on there, and then it just disappear. Like, it's on my internet. It just must be something with Skype. Anyway, I don't know.
Okay.
So we walk in the door.
Yeah, so you walk in the door, and you see Drazen kind of holding the sack, and you definitely tell it's like a bloody sack. And you can kind of infer, that's maybe the kids. So Drazen goes and puts away the thing, and he goes, Roderick, what did you find? Who is this individual? And you recognize the individual who was ransacking that in the place with you.
This individual, he admitted that he came in here and stole some stuff and sold some stuff that he stole, and he's willing to do the time, and he wants to return what he still has.
Okay. Sean's still not even phased. And the guy's like, look, man, I'm really sorry. Like, he's talking to Sean. Like, he goes, like, look, I'm really sorry. I apologize. And he starts, like, breaking into tears a little bit. He's like, I didn't know. I can't tell you how I begin. And Drazen kind of goes, and he goes, we need an official in here. And you see some of the wizards come in, and they have the emblem of the Skyhaven on. And they come in, and you see one of them start casting something, and the individual that was like apologizing, trying to figure out, it told pretty much everything, where everything was at, who he sold it to, which is on another ship that you guys don't know about, and then all of a sudden he just goes blank, and then he just goes almost to a blank slate, and one of the wizards is like, come with me, and he just turns around and walks out. And Roderick kind of looks over to you, Baltimore. He goes, we don't want to be on the other side of that spell.
No, but that spell is awesome. I want to know how to use it. And I point at Rahoon on him. It'd be so useful.
Oh! Speaking of which, you see Rahoon drunk as well.
Hey, Baltimore! Hey!
Can I roll an insight to tell if he's like smashed, hammered, or if he's just like intoxicated?
Sure, go ahead.
I put Randall. Oh my god! I put Randall's mug into my bag of holding at this time.
Okay.
Can I roll to see if I accidentally put it in her bag?
Sure.
I do.
That's based on the roll. I'll tell you if you did or not.
I got a 2.
Okay, no, you put it in yours.
You put it in mine?
Yeah. Because you were definitively aiming for hers, but no, you went in yours.
Well, no, I wasn't definitive. I was just saying, like, I figured with my drunken state, I wouldn't remember which one was mine and which one was hers, so I figured with a low roll, I'd mistake hers.
How'd you get a bag of holding? I've only given out one.
Who gave me one at the beginning?
No, you got Boots of Haste at the beginning.
Oh, then I have my Explorer's back. And
Yeah.
Okay.
Good job.
Sorry.
All right, we're gonna get Ryan back here. Okay, so
I put it in my back.
yeah, that's fine.
I'm so done. If this happens again, I'm done for tonight then.
Drazen, if you don't mind me asking, what is the debt that the note was referring to? Does Sean...
Drazen at this point, he goes, what note?
Isn't he the one that just told us that there was a note with the bag? Oh, did I not see that? Was that...
There was a note, but it didn't specify any amount.
No, but just the note.
It just said, this is half. That's it.
Yes, but he did bring up the debt.
Yeah, but he doesn't know the debt. He doesn't know anything. He just knows this is the problem that I have.
Okay.
That's what he said. He doesn't care about the money. He's caring about the people at this
That are
point.
missing.
Well, right.
Yeah.
Well, right. But this debt that this note mentioned. Does Sean have reasonable? Does he have cause to be caught up in whatever is going on with his family?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
You
You're
should
free to
ask Sean.
investigate his papers, but he hasn't talked to anybody. He's just been as dumb as, not as dumb, but he's just been there.
Speaking of notes, Sean, what's that in your hand? I point to the thing that he's holding in his hand. In my drunken state, not thinking about anything. He's on drunk.
Okay. He kind of goes to you and, or he just, at this point, he's just holding it.
Good, because I planned out.
And he looks up. Oh. Didn't make it to
I
the
wouldn't
table.
catch it anyway. I'm drunk.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
And he goes, and he just looks at me and he says, that was 2 months ago.
Let's see what.
What was your insight check for Rahun? For Rahun. Dang, he's eating. I'm hungry.
Dude, I haven't eaten anything. I've been spending I've had like past 3.5 hours I was at the hospital. It was pretty stupid.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's whatever. Alright, so insight was
Yeah.
27.
Cash, I can't read this.
He, yeah, he's gone. Get out, he's drunk.
I want to say it loud enough that like a Trey can
Right.
read it.
He's like smashed hammered.
Yeah.
Like barely even conscious right now.
Correct.
Yes.
And you did hear Sean, he said, I got this note 2 months ago.
All right.
Cash,
2
read
months.
this. I can't.
Okay, give me that. Sean, enough is enough. We have given you extensions long enough. You borrowed money and it is time to pay up. You have till the next full moon to give me the 750 gold pieces you owe, or my crew and I will have our way with your wife. Then when we are finished, we will make her the head of our ship. Go. Bring me my money. Carry on. Yes, don't tell the captain or else. Obviously, this answers a lot.
So obviously Drazen saw this, though.
Well, Drazen doesn't know about this note either, as of now.
No, as of right now. And he's like, please let me.
So I hand it to him, and since he asked me if I, invited me to go back in the room and look at the papers, I'm going to take the opportunity to do that now and go, look through, Sean's stuff.
Okay. So you roll an investigation check. And Drazen, you hear this also, because Drazen's saying this loud. He goes, why haven't you said anything to the captain? And Sean's just not even affected at this point.
Hey.
And he goes,
Be nice to it.
and he goes, you said this was 2 months ago. Is your wife dead? Is your wife dead? And Sean's like, no, I received another letter that said that she was still alive, but the gold amount has been multiplied.
So as I kind of go back in the room, I just kind of call it Atreya, maybe we should tell him what we know about the cursed roll. And the incident with the other shop with Zalos' daughter.
Did you roll your investigation check?
Oh, did you roll this? Okay.
Because you went back to look at the papers.
16.
16. So upon looking at all, it's a lot of inventory lists, profit and loss statements based on his business. But you also start to see some other gold that has been that you don't know. If you were to try and piece it together, you're like, this money doesn't add up, and then all of a sudden you start seeing a significant amount of gold that has been somehow came into his possession, and you also see that he also keeps track of games that he played. So you can kind of infer that this may be a gambling debt.
Oh, okay. So it's not to have it.
How much has the gold amount increased to? Just curious, what, round up, I guess, give yourself a little bit of a buffer. How much do you owe right now to these people?
At this point, I owed 32,000 gold.
How much gold does he have in the room, like that I'm looking at?
What are you talking about? Like in the actual like.
Yeah, like how much gold is there?
There's not. You can come to find out if there was gold, it was taken.
Is there any rope laying around?
Yes, but not big ones. They're all maybe like 25 feet.
That's perfect. I pick that up and I'm like, how much for this rope right here?
Take it.
What?
Take it. It doesn't matter.
Oh no, I can't do that. Here, I'll help out. Here's 4 gold. So now all you owe is 31,996. I do toss 4
I can't
gold.
help but laugh. I'm literally like. I'm just busting out loud.
Sean.
You can tell that Drazen is very upset at that statement, and at your.
I'm drunk as shit.
Wait, he's mad at what?
He's pissed
What
off at
he's-
that, at that whole transaction and the laughing. You can tell like he's keeping himself at bay.
I guess I'm just that whole situation. Like, if he's so from my perception, obviously, like he's pissed off. I know it's probably from Rahoon, and if we want to get any more information or any more details, like obviously Rahoon is sort of hindering us in some sort of way. So because of that, like I'm gonna try to approach Rahoon. I know it's not gonna go well, but whatever.
You do have an ability called Lay on Hands, I believe,
I was just looking at it,
and you
and
can
I'm-
cure him of alcohol poisoning.
That's actually what I'm looking at right now because I wasn't sure. Yeah, because I can pull from my healing powers. So,
Do I see her try to do this?
She hasn't done anything yet. She's
Oh.
she's been just researching.
Yeah, I just been looking at my phone to find it out. But yeah, I'm going.
Like mid, she's like pulling out this device. She's like,
I know.
"What's going on, man? Like, what can I do?"
I don't know.
Siri,
I
what-
Lay on hands.
So-
Lay on hands.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over to
Okay.
Rahoon and I'll be like, I need you to calm down.
Yes, Baltimore, you do see this.
I need you to
Okay.
calm down. I'm not gonna hurt you. We
What
just
are you
need.
talking about?
So,
And I
when
was
she-
like, I'm not here to
While
hurt
she's
you.
walking, I'm walking with her
Hit
towards
me,
it.
try.
Okay, so I was like, this is gonna help you feel better, and I'm gonna put my
Okay.
hands on him.
I stop her.
Okay, but do you know what exactly she's doing? Because you don't have lay on hands, so you don't know what that is.
But he
No, but
doesn't
if
know
she's saying
me.
she's saying that I'm gonna help you, and then goes to go touch him. I stop.
Okay, make
What's the matter, Baltimore?
just
You
roll
do.
dexterity checks. Just go ahead. Dexterity check, go.
Wait, I'm rolling dexterity too.
Yep.
Okay, so
Because you're trying to stop her before she does it.
I have. What is
Wouldn't that be athletics? Because I'm trying to grab her.
Well, actually, it'd be a sleight of hand check, but it's still a dexterity check.
Do I add in the little ball?
Because you're trying to
Yes,
do it
yes,
before
yes.
she does it. Yeah.
So what I roll, the big number and the little number?
No, just the little number underneath.
Okay. So 9 plus 4. I have 13.
I have 14.
So he grabs your hand right before you touch him.
What are you doing, Baltimore?
Okay, and
Look.
I'm gonna shake his hand off. And what are you doing?
Look, no offense to you, and I genuinely mean that. No offense to you, but he's best served with somebody like me. I'll take care of him because him and I have already been through a lot, and I think we've already been on the verge of death numerous times together.
Yeah.
I'll just take him away from
Baltimore's my buddy.
because honestly, whatever that you might try to do in whatever paladin manner might be better used for Sean over here to maybe give him some freaking confidence or whatever to get him out of the stoop because clearly we're not getting any information from
He's
him.
very, very
And this
smart.
guy is not going to give you any more information whether he's sober or drunk. So let me just take him, and then you try to use whatever on Sean.
I understand what you're saying completely, and I mean you're definitely making sense, but I'm only trying to
So much sense.
sober him up, lay hands on him. It's healing powers. It's not going to help with someone's emotions. It's not going to help persuade someone to be in a better mood. All it is for healing and for health. And I just can tell right now that Drazen is having a serious issue with him being drunk, throwing up in the shop. He already broke open the door that allowed people to come in here and rob the place. And we're trying to help them out, trying to get information, and that's not going to happen if he keeps impeding this whole situation. So maybe he's not drunk.
At this point, the ones that have a higher passive perception right now, you three, except for Rahun, you do notice that Roderick kind of goes to the back, and he's like, "Hey, Baltimore, I'll let you deal with your people. I'll catch you tonight." And he's kind of
I'll find you. I'll find you.
And he just kind of leaves. He's like, he got the sense that this is probably a tense situation, so he's like, I don't want to be a part of this.
I'm just gonna go with him too.
So if you want to help him, and he's trying to leave. So if you want to help control the situation, by all means, you're probably going to be better. That's that job. But me helping him right now would have him be sober. So I don't know if that would make a difference, but I'm thinking it will.
It may, but I will take this. I will take this drunk dwarf off of your hands. And I think you just need to sleep this stuff off. And I just start walking Rahun to the door. And look, it'll be fine. I'll take care of him. We'll handle this.
So
I'll handle this.
Okay, I'm gonna look at Drazen because Drazen earlier tried stopping him from leaving, even when he went out and threw up. So is Drazen okay with him leaving?
You can tell his demeanor is like severely upset at what transpired prior, and
so there's like relief now that he's leaving.
no, it's more of like the fact that Baltimore's like, I'll take him out. He's more of like, that may be a good idea before I do something I don't want to do.
Okay. All right. So then, obviously,
because you can kind of get the sense now that Drazen has complete respect for the ship and for the citizens of the ship, not necessarily for the people, not for the money or for the shops, but you can tell that he has a lot of love for the people. So for this and for Sean, for what's going on right now, this is all new information. And he's like, for him, it's like, why was this not brought to my attention? Because that he is a fairly strong individual based on the demeanor and how the people react to him.
Yeah.
So you can kind of examine this just based on your encounters with him thus far.
Okay.
Go ahead. What's up? Sorry, I didn't.
Where's Rahun's axe?
I have it. It's on my back.
Yeah, it's on his back.
Okay, I just take that and like sheath it or something, just so he doesn't hit anybody on the walk. Sorry, okay. I just wanted to make sure that he had it.
What are you do? I don't really read this.
I'm just holding it for you.
Okay.
Chill out. Okay. And I'm actually just gonna go. Guys. I'm just gonna take him to the teleporter. Quintia Cabot, is that what it is? To send it to our rooms, and then I'm gonna take him to his room.
Okay.
So.
Just as we're like, I'm stumbling out and stuff, I'm just like, I want to go to the temple. I need to go to the temple.
We'll get there, buddy. We'll get there.
Go to the temple now.
Having a pits.
All right. For the ladies. So they have left, and it's just you guys.
So was there a paper that showed like his games
right?
and stuff? Yeah.
Not necessarily his games, more of like what he won and then what he's lost in the games, which you could tell he was always on a losing streak, but somehow came into money, and then kept losing that money.
But is that on a piece of paper that I can take out to Drazen?
But it's not like it. There's no. Besides that one sheet that just shows like how much he came in with and how much he lost, there's no specific on where he got it or where.
Right. But I'm just saying, whatever gave me.
Like, it doesn't even show that he played a game.
But whatever gave me the inclination that it was a gambling thing, I want to bring that evidence to Drazen.
Sure.
And just kind of say, Dresden, I know this is a really horrible situation, but I have a feeling that Sean may have gotten himself into it, and I think you have a bigger problem here with what happened to his family and this potential problem than you do worrying about who took goods from his shop.
It was never about who took goods from the shop.
Then what is it about?
It's about this bag and these kids and his wife.
I don't think you're going to find the answers to that question by trying to.
Then what information do you know that I don't?
Nothing.
Do you know information that I don't?
No, there's nothing I can tell you that can help you out. I'm just here to offer our services, and we wanted to come clean about breaking it into the room. And we didn't realize that this whole situation was happening, and we're not trying to get in your way. We only want to help. I do apologize about the situation. Like, I looked down at Sean. I apologize. I'm deeply sorry. I couldn't even imagine what you're going through. We just want to help any way that we can. I'm so sorry about Rahun. We're sorry about this whole situation. If you want our help, you need our help, we'll be happy to help. So I look back to Drazen. We don't want to get in your way. Obviously, you have an investigation, you have things you have to figure out, but if there's any information that you need from us, you need us to help out in any way, we'll be happy to help. But I think Cass has a little idea, maybe hand him the papers, but obviously this has to do with the gambling debt, so these were probably the people who murdered these children and took his. I mean, is there a gambling ring? Is there people who you know that do gamble here?
I mean, there's talk of it on other ships, but none that has actually been brought to Skyhaven.
Is this the first person that something like this has happened to?
Here on Skyhaven, yes.
Here on the Skyhaven, but with the other
To
fleet?
this extent.
To this extent.
Um,
I mean, no offense, but are there any other captains on the ship, any other members of your force that do gamble, poker?
I will investigate, and when I find out more information, I will send for all of you. And I do expect that when I send for you, you will show up promptly.
I understand. I'm happy to help any way I can.
I would ask that you take your leave.
Good day.
Good day.
Good day.
Per day.
Good day. Good day.
Per day.
You just kind of nod and turn around and walk out.
Alright, so as we walk out,
And you see him, and you guys see this fairly. He picks up Sean and takes him to the back room. And he says it loud enough where he's like, "We're going to figure this out and you will tell me what's going on." And then you hear the door. Very forcefully. Okay. So you guys are heading out. Back to you guys.
Voldemort, go! And I kind of get him off of me. Go
Which
to the
one of these
temple.
is your room?
I don't know, and I don't care. I want to go to the temple. I need to check on something.
We can check on it afterwards.
No, now! And I kind of shove him.
No. Wait, where are we right now? We're at least in the
Hands
room,
on it.
I'm
right?
gonna go back to the transport.
You guys aren't there yet. They left, so they have some time
Yep.
before you guys
Okay.
get caught up.
Yeah,
We're at least in the room.
You're in the cabin area. I mean, you see the grand oak there. You see the variety of people that are going up to their rooms and whatnot. I mean, you see your room. You just don't
Yeah.
see his room.
Do I see my room, or can I not see it in my
Yeah,
room?
no, you see it. I mean, it's like a brightly glowing door. You can't unless you.
It's over there. And I'll walk there myself. Can I have my
Alright.
axe back?
I'll give your axe once we get into the room.
Fine.
So you
Okay.
you both make your way over to the room. Rahun, you open your door and you proceed forward.
I walk in after.
I go to the back of the room and I turn around, just like, axe, please.
I shut the door and I lock it.
So door shuts.
I hear this.
Make a perception check with disadvantage. I mean, you're gone at this point.
I still hear it though.
What'd you get?
17 and 18, and then with my perception, 22. No, 21.
Yeah. You hear the
Hey, what are you doing? And I go running towards the door, and I try to go smashing on it.
Well,
smash
when
on
he,
the door.
Hey, what are you doing?
I
Let me
go and
out.
toss him the axe.
I think he came in there with you, closed the door and locked it. So I mean, it's him then the door.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily like he locked you from the outside. There's no lock from the outside.
I figured
that would kind of suck.
Hey, what are you doing?
I mean, and you guys do see the room. It's Baltimore. It's the fairly same setup. I think this is. Oh no, this is the second time you.
Yeah, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah. Okay. And I mean, you see the oak. You see the oak going through, and you see the various blue lights and blue crystals that are also in your room that give that light illuminated to the room.
Yeah.
And
So-
so, are you still running at the door?
No. I mean,
Okay,
if
so
I see him.
you're just like, hey, what are you doing?
I'm like, hey, what are you doing? I don't like men.
So I say we're gonna have a little talk, and I toss him his axe. I say, but we ain't using.
I try and catch it.
Okay. Just roll an athletics check, disadvantage.
Yes. 11.
You barely grab the handle and then it just drops and you're like, ugh.
So as soon as he grabs it, I'm saying we're gonna have a little chat, but we're not using words, and I charge him.
Okay. Roll initiative.
Cool.
Men.
I got a 19.
15.
Sure. Wait, 19 and 15? Alright, so you see him like go to come at you.
So I see him trying.
I got my sword. I got this stupid fucking sword out now, and a shield.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Alright, cool. So I see him charging at me, and I'll use my reaction to just kind of like.
Well, he doesn't go first, so you go first.
Oh, okay, cool. Then I'll pick up my axe and I'm like.
Do I at least get a surprise?
No, because he kind of expected this. Like, he kind of saw what was going on. I mean, he was looking directly at you. Like, if he was, like, away, like, on the bed, maybe. But he was, like, directly, like, he see you, like, moving at him.
But he was fumbling trying to grab his axe. I mean,
I'll allow it.
Well,
I'll
he's
allow
he's
I'm
doing
not
it on
really
his turn, though,
paying
because
attention.
the initiative was into play. So you're allowed to pick up your axe.
So I pick up my axe and I'm like, just confused. I'm just like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
What
because
are
he
you
hasn't
doing?
attacked you yet. So,
I
you
mean,
really
I just
don't know
pick
what's
up my
going on.
axe
Yeah.
and I'm just like, what do you mean? What are you doing? And that'll be my turn.
All right, cool. So, Baltimore, you're up.
all right. So I get up to him and I'm swinging on him.
Okay. With your sword.
Yeah,
Clarify
with the
this.
sword.
All right, with the sword. Go ahead.
That's all I have right now. So that's 19.
19 just hits.
Hits. Roll damage.
That's just standard D8, right?
Yeah, standard D8 for a sword. Yep, and then add your modifiers and your proficiencies or whatever.
Oh, that doesn't matter. It's still a hit, but so I can't do math. 11.
11 damage.
11 damage, sweet.
As he just literally charges you and then just stabs you right into your collar area.
And then I'll do a war priest and I'll hit him again for my bonus
okay.
action.
Roll again.
Baltimore. What do you think you're doing?
So that's
You
21.
drunk.
21?
You're angry.
21 hits, I think, right?
21
Yeah.
definitely hits.
All right. 21 hits again.
Oh, that's a good one. That's 15.
15.
15 hits.
What's your add? What are you adding?
It's plus 7.
The proficiency.
Oh, because he has a strength plus 4. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Go ahead.
Alright,
All right, that's. Are you finished? Are you doing anything else?
Yeah, that's it. That's all mine.
All right.
Baltimore, what the hell are you doing? I want to fight right now, but make me angry. I'll go into a rage.
Okay.
So
you're in a rage.
my rages. And I'll go ahead now. I'll attack him back. And just use both my attacks on him real quick.
Okay. You're gonna be doing disadvantage due to your drunken state.
Well, no, in rage, it would cancel out essentially. Wouldn't
You are not a drunken master.
Yeah, but my
You-
rage ignores all like mental.
It ignores like it ignores like clarification, like things that would like clear your mind.
Gotcha.
And
I'm still
drunk doesn't do that.
Yeah, I'm still drunk.
Yeah, you're
I
still
got you.
drunk.
It's still in my blood.
Yeah.
Alright, okay, no problem.
It's just that like you like at this
well,
point
then
like you're
again-
mad. You like your tunnel vision gets a little clearer, but it's like more like red.
So I get
And
disadvantage on my attacks, but because I'm in rage and I get advantage on my
Strength checks.
Checks.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. Then. Then I know what I'll do. I'll just do. I'll do reckless. And now it's just a
okay,
straight
now
roll.
now it's just
So
a
I'll
straight
do
roll.
reckless on both my attacks. 21 for the first
That'll
hit.
hit.
21 hits.
And then, no, the second one probably won't hit. It's only a 10. So.
No.
No.
So no, not even
Alright,
close.
so what's
I think
this
your AC is
axe?
what, like 20?
What's this?
Yeah, right
axe,
now
by
it's
the way?
20.
You still have, because I haven't gotten it identified yet, which is why I was trying to go.
You don't know, bro.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
As
is
far
it
as right now, it just goes as a regular axe.
just a regular, just 2d6,
No, that was your previous axe.
which was just a regular great axe that I just built. That was it.
Yeah.
So,
That's
so
just a regular axe.
Yeah, so it's a 2d6. Then.
Mm-mm. It's 1d6. You had a great axe.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. All right. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? 2d6. 12 damage.
12 damage. So 12 slashing at you. As he kind of just takes his axe, raging at this point, still kind of off, just does like a wide swing and just connects right into your shoulder.
Okay.
Are you doing anything else?
No.
All right. Baltimore, you're up.
Okay. So I'll swing at him again. Now that he used reckless, does that mean I have advantage now?
Yes.
That's
You
okay.
have
Correct.
advantage on me, yes.
Okay. Just this round, not.
Yeah, just this round.
Yeah, just this round.
It's whenever
Unless I do
whenever
again.
you use reckless, then the
Yeah,
next
if
attack
I use
becomes
reckless, you'll get advantage. But if you don't hear
Got
me
it.
say reckless, you don't have advantage.
yeah, but it's
Okay,
it's only on your next attack. So if you have 2 attacks, then it would just apply to the very first one.
Even though he used reckless twice,
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
that's nice.
Yeah, because it just specifies that the very next attack.
Fuck you! Natural 20.
All right.
Cool. Still gonna half your damage.
Yeah, half damage, yeah.
You're
Shit.
half the damage.
It's something.
So you take regular damage.
Okay. So that's it. Okay, so
If he
then.
doesn't roll low, that is.
Okay, so I rolled an 8, which becomes 16,
Okay.
and then
So 8.
plus the 7, which is 23, and then half of that.
So like,
No, it's half of whatever is rolled.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
modifiers.
your modifier is still-
don't get doubled.
Don't. Yeah, just yeah. So
It's
it'd
just
be
the dice get doubled.
is
Didn't-
dice doubled.
Didn't do that. I rolled an 8, which gets doubled to 16. My modifier is 7, so plus
okay,
7
yeah, then
is
yeah.
23.
So
Okay, yeah.
23.
So 23,
half.
And
would
then
be
it's half
11.
of 23.
Yeah, 11.
11. So you take 11 damage.
Okay, that's fine.
And then I'll War Priest out again.
Okay, go ahead.
But I don't have advantage.
No, you do not
Correct. You have
it.
regular attack now.
Alright. That's a 19.
19 hits.
Okay. That sounds good. That's 12.
Fine, that's 6.
So 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything else, Baltimore?
I just say, I said, are you hearing what I'm saying? And that's it.
Okay. So at the top of the round, hold on. At this point, you ladies have gone to the teleportation circle. Where are you guys going?
Okay, but I think that since whatever just happened, we would talk about it. So,
That's what ladies would do.
yeah.
You're like, oh my
we don't know what's
god.
going on with the
my God.
guys. I
Well, we
mean,
don't know whose room they're in anyway. or where
Yeah,
they
we don't
are.
know
If they're
anything.
in the room
We don't
and the
even know
door's
anything
locked,
about
we can't
that,
find them, so.
Well,
We don't care about
I mean, you do know that he was taking him away,
Yeah.
and based on
Yeah.
you would assume that he's taking him to bed.
Yeah.
But that's just an assumption
What
that you
time
can.
of day
you can
is
guess.
it? Like we were up
Well, I mean,
earlier.
It-
so.
In fair play, I did say that he needed to sleep it off, and that
Correct.
I was going to take him to bed. I did
Yeah.
specify that.
Well, that's why-
However,
that's why I said you could assume
did not
it, yeah.
specify where I was taking him to bed to.
Correct.
And I'm not really worried about that. You know.
Yeah, no
much
problem.
more.
You
Yeah,
do
yeah,
whatever you want.
So I guess I'm just gonna. All right, Cass. I think we should talk about the situation a little bit more. Do you want to maybe head to the temple and find a kind of quiet spot, because we wanted to do some research as well about the divine gods that I ran into. Well, the worshippers of that random divine god. So I'm gonna head to the temple. I don't know if you want to join me, but we gotta think about what we're gonna do in this situation, because I don't know if Jasmine's gonna need our help or not, or what else we should do to help out.
I've been thinking about looking in the temple also because of the books.
Mhm.
So I will come with you and let's see what else we can find out. I just have to steer clear of the other two people that I saw right in the
Yeah, because I think we should try to find out what happened when the wizard came in and did whatever spell he did. Was it wizard, or was it that?
It was wizard.
Okay.
Well, like Baltimore said, I don't want to be on the other end of it.
Exactly. If we can find out what exactly that spell is.
Alright, so we head to the temple.
You head to the temple. So, with recent discoveries of a gambling debt by Sean and a murder of kids, along with the kidnapping of a wife, you guys head to the temple to find more information on divine gods or any information that help may lead to what is going on. With the heated battle that's raging in the room between a drunken dwarf and the cleric,
Oh, I hear you
That's
loud and
very
clear,
good.
Baltimore.
we will have to stop there for tonight, as we will pick this up next week, Wednesday at 11 o'clock. Depending on what time I'm going to rerun this. It could be tonight, so make sure you keep a lookout for that. So that is Wednesday, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you here on Epic Interactions. And if you guys would like to say anything before you go.
Thank you, and tune in also on random days, because there might be times
yeah.
where me and Juan will jump on and play some Baldur's Gate, which is like a computerized version of D&D, just to kind of get some more content out there, because we know that we kind of come on here a little late, and not everybody can really see us all the time or join with us the whole way through. So me and Juan are going to, because we got kind of the most flexible schedules out of everyone, we're going to try to do some more days where maybe me and him will play some League, we'll play some Baldur's Gate, we might talk about some stuff about the game with people in the chat, you know, if we get some more people going in, but it's all up in the air for right now. But tune in, you'll probably see some more stuff of me and Juan playing some video games and stuff.
So, with that, we'll pick up next week. We appreciate you guys staying clear. Remember to like our Facebook page, find out some more information there. And it should be pretty interesting next week.
Everything's on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll upload it as soon as I can. We appreciate you guys. Love you guys. We'll see you guys here next week on Epic Interactions. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Yep.